Too late, because we are left rather too late, God. But your affection made me that I should meet you all, then proceed to the next part. I am very, very happy to see you all with full of joy, gay. Touches me a great deal. I don't know what you want me to talk. Yoga is like an ocean. So your ocean cannot be grasped in a few minutes. Same with yoga. As you're all sadhakas, don't be an abhyasi. There's a vast difference between a practitioner, known as abhyasi, and a sadhaka. You should be a sadhaka and not just an abhyasi. Because though Patanjala starts the word abhyasa, which is mechanical, so he wants people to get mechanically accustomed to a subject. Then he says that you cannot be an abhyasi forever. You have to go further and become a sadhaka. Sadhaka needs sadhana. Abhyasa does not need so much of effort, but a sadhaka has to effort a great deal through sadhana to achieve what it gives, not what we want. Therefore, the quality of the sadhaka, which I said yesterday also, again I have to repeat. When we practice yoga, there are two types of presentation. One is whatever we can perceive through our vision. Have we understood that very clearly? Suppose I see my toe. Have I seen my toe very clearly? Means, probably you may not understand, even if the nail should take a tame shape from this end to that end, if there is a twist in that nail, that means your sadhana is wrong. Unattended sadhana, that is called. So sadhaka means he has to shodhana kriya. First it starts with shodhana kriya. You have to search what is perceivable from you. You have to see and find out whether each and every part of what you see, have you attended with your mind and intelligence. As long as the intelligence has not felt, I don't call that as a sadhana. Therefore, this body, they say, is about 96,000 kilometers of blood circulation. And the medical science is 16,000 kilometers of nervous system, which I do not believe. Because each pore of the skin is a nerve end. Therefore, if it is 96,000 kilometers of blood circulation, then there must be 96,000 kilometers of neural system. It cannot be short. Then it's a short circuit. That's disease. Short circuit means we get disease. So when we are practicing, we have to give our thought with a total free mind, open mind. Where my attention is, where my attention is not. Where my mind is aware, where my mind is not aware, in its own frontier. We have no other frontiers. The self's frontier is the body. So the Sharira, by the Shariri, Sharira is the soul, and Sharira is the body's temple. So the soul has to penetrate each and every cell of your body and makes the cell to rest on that cell. And that is known as Shodhana Kriya. If it does not, then the next step is you have to make your intention to be successful by Shoshana Kriya. What is missing for the self or the intelligence to retard there? What have I to do? In which way if I present? The Shoshana Kriya, the cleansing process takes place so that the weeds in the body are removed so that the cell can move without interruption according to the way you present. The self has to follow. Then comes Shodhana Kriya. When Shoshana Kriya and Shodhana Kriya get together, the mind becomes auspicious. So that auspicious state has to be felt, not by the mind. Please don't think that I am peaceful, but I want even this part to be peaceful. I want even the tip of the skin should be peaceful. That is known as Shobhana Kriya, where the entire frontier of the self feels the auspicious state. Then when that state comes the Shamana Kriya. And that Shamana Kriya is nothing but what we call Shavasana and Samadhi. Shavasana and Samadhi are identical, provided we understand the depth of the subject. Shavasana is not just lying down. Shavasana is to see that your mind, like water is pressed and finds its evenness. So Shavasana is meant to make this self to float evenly, though there are so many dents in the body, evenly to rest on its surface, the entire human body. And that I call it as sadhana. So please watch yourselves when you practice that am I penetrating all these areas. For example, you must have done Shirshasana. You have done Shirshasana. How many of you ever thought that your big toe is active but the little toe is not active? Can you tell me about my all 5 toes are active? See, that is known as there the intelligence has slipped. You have not made the intelligence to remain there. Watch your Sarvangasana. The little toe is active but not the big toe. Asanas are identical, all inverted, but we don't know the difference. So following the mind, following the dictates of the body is not spiritual sadhana. It's only, you can call, skeletal-muscular physical exercises. But if you change the avenue of the body according to the intuitive knowledge which has to be done, then I say that leads automatically to your spiritual life. For me, asana is the prayer. For me, because I am completely sunk into it. And the way of presenting the asana is the means, artha. So when the literary meaning of the asana and the literary feeling of the asana, when it is filled, I am in the bhavana, not in the asana. Bhavana means completely engulfed in the presentation of watching, not as an actor, but as an observer. Body acts, but myself observes. And if you do that way, I think you experience a different transformation in you all. So good you are all doing, but do not be satisfied in what you do. Do using that doing as a spur to prick your intelligence to activate in your body. The intelligence has to prick second to second, moment to moment, so that they may not go to sleep at all. So that the intelligence becomes one from the skin to the cell, and the cell to the skin as a single unit. This union is yoga in whichever step you are in the field of yoga. You are going to reach that level. For example, just how many I can keep my time also.
Just 3-4 minutes.
Huh?
3-4 minutes.
I will give you an instance. We all speak of Bhairanga, Antaranga, Antaratma Sadhana. External, internal, innermost, like that. How many people know that ahimsa, even the first step of yoga, yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, in yama, ahimsa, satya, steya, brahmacharya, parigraha, yama. How many know that ahimsa and satya is external, not internal? Because himsa, ahimsa, himsa and asatya, only when you come in contact with the other person, these two act. If you are alone, there is no ahimsa, there is no asatya. So that is the external part of yama. What is the internal part? Steya and brahmacharya. See the interesting way. It is only individual. It's not to do with the friend or the object. It's within you. Therefore, internal cleansing has to take place. And innermost, aparigraha, fear of death, fear of life, what we call it, or greediness, covetousness, greediness. These are all internal, not external. Only these two are connected to the external world. The others are connected to the internal world of the human being. Similarly, if you take niyama, shaucha and santosha is external. Swadhyaya is internal. Tapas and swadhyaya is internal. Ishvara pradhana is innermost. Similarly, if you take asanas, you all speak of sthirasukam asana. Comfortably doing is asana. That's not said. You have to read the other way. Prayatna shaitirya ananta samapratibhyam. You have to go on efforting yourself till you reach that infinite state of quietness. So that is known as external approach. Tato dvandvo anavigataha, internal approach. My mind is not oscillating. My mind is not vacillating when I am doing whatever asana I am doing, whatever breath I am doing. There is no oscillation or oscillation. Sirasukam asanam. So it should have been repeated the other way. Then your mind is in poise, your body is in peace. So as body, poise and peace have met together, there is no movement at all. So that is antaratma. Similarly in pranayama, I go on explaining like that. Even in dhyana, there is external, there is internal. For example, dhyana samadhi, they call it as antar samyama, but nobody knows what is bhairanga samyama. So yama niyama is character building. Asana pranayama pratyahara is a science connected with yoga. Scientific research can be done only in these 3 lines. Do not believe that I have taken meditation and I have studied. It's impossible to understand a man in a state of samadhi. That what happens to him, no science can touch. So that is why asana pranayama pratyahara is Bahiranga Samyama, which is a scientific study. That's why yoga is an art, science and philosophy. So yama and yama is art, asana pranayama pratyahara is science, dharana dhyana samadhi is darshana. So that is how yoga is divided, so that you start from the sky and reach the level. So you have to conquer Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha, Anandamaya Kosha. These are the only 5 koshas all of you may be knowing. But whatever may be, in between is the Tejas Tattva. That is Manomaya Kosha. Manomaya controls both the Putti Tattva, Up Tattva, on the other side, Sukshma element, Vayu Tattva, and Akasha Tattva. So in our practices, we have to measure these 4 elements controlled by this scale of justice, the Manomaya. So how much you have to utilize your mind, how much you have to purge your mind, how much you have to purge your intelligence, so that they are Prithvi and up, Sthula Bhuta on one side, Sukshma Bhuta on the other side, how they have to be balanced in our presentation, so that one is not above, one is not below. And this is how the asanas have to be done. And if you do that, you will experience the one which I repeat, because I am repeating, others do not know about that. We bring this soul which is imprisoned in a cave. 7 caves we have got now. Anandamaya Kosha is not Atmamaya Kosha, actually it is Chittamaya Kosha. Then is Dharmendriya Kosha. Afterwards there is a Dharmendriya Kosha, what we call Antakarana Manas. So after Antakarana is Atma Kosha. So there are 7 koshas, only we know the 5 koshas. Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha Tato Dashate Swarupya Avasthana. When the consciousness comes quiet, then it rests in its own abode, and that is Anandamaya Kosha. Hence it belongs to Chittamaya Kosha, not Atmamaya Kosha. This is known as Panchabhautika Sharira. So Akashamaya Kosha belongs to Panchabhautika Sharira. Therefore it belongs to Chitta, because Atma does not come under the Panchabhautika Sharira. Therefore Atma is separate. Therefore there are 7 koshas. There are 7 states of consciousness. So you should know that last 2 is nothing to do with the Panchabhutas. Those 2 are known as Atma Jnana. That Atma Jnana, how it works with the Sharira Jnana. In simple language, instinct and intuition both have to come together. That is yoga. God bless you. Instinct only flashes. You will not know at what time that it flashes. But if you are alert, that instinct makes you to light your lamp of the soul. Till then it does not allow the light of the lamp of the soul to shine. So be watchful. At what time the Prakriti, we call Mother Earth. So it is Devi, we speak of Kundalini. There is nothing from Prakriti according to Patanjala. Therefore, the instinct which comes from Prakriti has to be caught by the self and make use of that. Saswami Shaktyo Swarupa Upalabdhetu Samyoga. This is what Patanjali says. So Swa means the Prakriti which throws light. Swami has to make use of it so that he can experience the state of the self. That is what Patanjali says. So keep this in mind and practice. God will bless you. Patanjali will bless you all. Even now I practice 6 hours a day. Keep that in mind. I am not an armchair yogi. But if I stand here, I will be like fire. So that's why that mind is of that control. Tejas Tattva. So that Tej is still flaming in me. Thank you very much. Practice regularly. Love, labor with love, and laugh in failures. Don't feel alone, dejected. Accept that failure. as a light for you to make another attempt so that you reach what you wanted to reach. So laugh in failure, cry in success. Don't accept success so.
Swami Karananda says, think like a genius, work like a giant,
Yes.
live like a saint, and be like Iyengar.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.